Welcome back to Don's Life, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, then I've warned you, we're gonna continue changing things on my Corvette C8 Stingray. We're gonna add mods, we're gonna take away mods, we're gonna educate you, or at least inform you of what various mods can look like on a Corvette C8 Stingray. So today's project, we're gonna be focused on removing this ducktail spoiler and replacing it with a new offering from Extreme Online Store. We have a Z06-Style carbon fiber wing or spoiler that's going to be installed on my Corvette C8 Stingray. Now, that style is not normally available on a Corvette Stingray, but we're gonna make it work. It should be pretty interesting. We've got all kinds of brackets, end pieces, a lot of nuts and bolts. So let's go. Now you saw from the opening that we had some of this pre-assembled. Don't worry, I will take it all apart into its smallest components so you can see everything that we have. Basically all of this stuff here with the mounting hardware. I'll show you what we have, how it goes together, and how we're gonna put it on the car. So we do have to take off this spoiler. So let me work on getting the bumper off. But full disclosure, I do not have an instruction manual. So you may see me assemble some things, take apart some things, figure out a few things as we go, but I'm confident that we can get it done. And this video will serve as a future instruction manual. Now I've made half a dozen bumper removal videos already, some showing you every nut and bolt and the strategy to get the bumper off. You'll get a sense of that in this video, but I'm not gonna go over every single nut and bolt because I've done it so many times, and you've probably seen that, at least there's a good chance. But you can definitely go in my back catalog. You can see when we installed 2 different versions of this wing. You can see when we wrapped the bumper. You can see when we did the exhaust. You can see a number of things that we've done to show how to remove these bumpers. So quickly, I'll just show you a few things on one side, and then you'll see a quick time lapse of me just getting this off so we can get started on figuring out how to mount that. So this is easier to do if you pull the wheel. So once you have the wheel off, you will have a number of these in the wheel well. You'll need a torque screwdriver to take those off. There's a bunch there. You'll have to pop the mud flap off. And then there's some 7mm nuts underneath, all the way along under the car. There's an example of some of them already take it off. You can see I got started on this side already. And then you have a 10mm nut, as well as a couple 7mm hex bolts. They are here, 2 hex bolts there. And the nut is somewhere up in here. You can easily get at them when you pull back the fender liner with the wheel off. I put the wheel back on because I'm done on this side for now, and I wanted to take my jack and bring it over to the other side so I can do all of those steps over here. When it comes to the top, you have a hex bolt right here, a bunch all along the end here. You can see I've got all those ones off, put them in a plastic bag. Then you will lift this piece of plastic here, and it kind of is a overhang on some of the other material kind of retaining the bumper on. You'll pull this up once everything else is taken off, a couple wires to unclip, and then we'll put the bumper right there. Okay, we've removed the rear bumper. Before I get into that, let's look at everything here on the table and I'll explain what we're looking at. So you got lots of pieces here. Let's start with the base. So you have this base trim piece. You see there's some cutouts here. That's going to be how the wing is attached to the bumper. So this piece here sits flush on top of the bumper here. These holes are from my Z51 spoiler. So that's up there. Again, this is a paint protection film that's on here, and it was completely covered up when I had the ducktail on there. So we will be concealing all of these holes again, but you might be wondering about these orange spots with the tape. That is because I put the bumper back on, I figured out where my brackets were gonna go, and I am going to have to cut some of this area out to mount this wing. And based on what I'm seeing so far, it is going to be very, very secure. The last thing I want is this spoiler to twist and vibrate in the wind. I want it to be very stiff. It is going to be that because it mounts in here. I'll show you how we're gonna do that, and then we will get a little closer to having this installed. You will have to remove the liner from your tub here. It's actually pretty easy to do. You just undo the retaining screws that are on here. They look like this. So you take all of these off. You remove these things here, which secure your top when you don't have it on. When you have it in here, that's what they latch to. And then you can pull the carpet back. For the plastic piece that's on here, it stays as one piece. Don't try and pry this off, you'll break it, because that's how it's secured there. You just gotta pull these out right here, and then that'll come off a lot easier. So let's take a look at the main bracket. Here's an example here. You see this kind of angled notch at the bottom. That's because it's going to fit in here. So if you look at those, you look at these notches, little plastic tab here as well. This slots in right there. So then we're going to have to drill some holes, and that's going to take us through the other side. We'll use some nuts to retain them. And I'm happy that those guides are in place because this is already in the right spot. I can pretty much drill and fasten that down and it's ready to go. And then you do the same thing on this side. And for some extra strength, you have these right here. This attaches underneath and then to the body right there, and those will come through the other side. I'll record all of this as I'm putting it on, but that's how that will attach. So with me so far, kind of laid everything out on the table here so you can see where I think all of the screws go. So we'll get to that stuff later because this is the hardware that's going to be above the bumper that attaches the main wing. So to do that, if you look at the top of these brackets, you have 4 holes. One of them is for that bracket underneath, but the other 3 are for this plate. This plate sits on there. This connects to here. This will go in there. And that'll give you this nice carbon fiber arm, and that will attach to your spoiler. It's recessed, so all this will fit in there nicely. The bottom of this, see that shape? That fits nicely right there. And you can see there's a little bit of a recess to accommodate it, so you know how everything is going to line up. So that's how that's going to go. So it really isn't too difficult, but you have to be comfortable with mocking this up and then fine-tuning all your attachments so everything fits nice and snug and aligned. So one thing I've done ahead of time is I've gone and looked at all of the holes where the bolts are going to go through. I made sure everything's clean. If there was any epoxy or resin that was, sticking up a little bit, I just trimmed it down. I want to make sure that I have a good fit with all of these pieces. For example, when this goes in here, and I'll just gently put it in there for now, you want to make sure that the holes line up on the side. So I'm just holding it there with one hand. So you can see these line up on the side. They need to line up on the top as well, which they do. But if you have extra material in there or some resin in the way, even just a little bit, it could be off center, and then you're going to struggle to get everything to attach properly, which is also an important point. You need to think of how you're going to attach things as you go through this, because once you connect these, for example, you can't get to the screws that hold the wing on anymore. So you have to be careful what order you put your nuts and bolts on when it comes to this install. So the first thing we're going to do is drill and install these brackets so they're perfectly aligned, because again, once you place them in this cavity, they're retained in place, so there's no way I could really get this wrong. So I'm going to use this as my starting point, and then I'm going to slowly assemble things from here, and then I'm going to put the bumper on, and I'm going to drill a pilot hole so I can expose these screw holes here, and then start to figure out what the supports are going to look like as they come up out of the bumper. Okay, our brackets are on and they are very secure. Be very careful though when you drill the bottom holes for the last mount here. They come close to this harness, so I was just holding it out of the way when I put the drill bit through, and that's for these guys right here on this side. Everything else cleared okay, but double check, because depending on the model year of your vehicle, I don't know if these are all mounted exactly in the same spot, so just double check those type of things. But we are free and clear here. So now we can put the bumper back on, and I've already marked out kind of where this area is with the bumper. And how I did that was put the bumper on, put this trim piece on here, which allowed me to figure out where those posts have to go through. So now we have to put the bumper on and then cut this out so we can expose those 3 holes right here, and then that way we can start putting our brackets on. So this is probably the most nerve-wracking part, is cutting into the bumper. I'm personally not too worried because I have this new spoiler which is going to cover all of this, which includes these little holes I'm going to make. But I also have a ducktail spoiler if I ever wanted to put it back on, and it would also cover these little holes that I'm going to make. And honestly, a replacement bumper for just the piece that we're cutting into isn't super expensive. So we could always replace it if we want, or maybe we do a Z06 conversion bumper and just make the back end a little more aggressive. Lots of options. All right, I'm just giving you a preview of what this mount's gonna look like. I will show you cutting this one out in more detail, but I do have to notch pretty much that whole section down to this body line. Remember, all of this gets covered up. We're not going to see any of it. This is just so the mount can be here, strong and secure. You might be wondering on the inside, I had mocked all this up before, just so I knew I had enough clearance with all the brackets to know nothing was gonna hit in behind the bumper. So it's all made really well to not get in the way of anything. Now, one thing I noticed is I needed to get this kind of flush with this plate here. Once you put this piece on, let me just do this carefully here. Once this piece is on, you want this pretty flush and level with this carbon fiber trim. And then I test fit at least one side of the wing to make sure that it would mount here okay, and I could get the mounting screws in. I'll show you all of that a little later, but first we're gonna cut this out so we can get both brackets mounted and ready to go. Okay, we are mounted. The mounts are now in place. I actually put the bumper back together because I've test fitted everything, which I'll bring you along for. But one thing I wanted to point out that you may want to do is these bolts that they give you here, there's a bunch of them, they're not as tough as I would like. So I actually went out and got some stronger ones, but not only because they're tougher, but because they're a little shorter. And that's because when you put them in here, these longer ones can bottom out. So we don't want this to be loose. So I grabbed these. They are an M6 1x30, but now this is secure. And then I've also test fit them to be used here on the side because I want them to be black and not silver when this is all put together with all the carbon fiber. So I spent about $10 on 10 more bolts, but I like these a little better and I like that they're black. So you can see from the test fitting, I got a little bit of rubbing of the powder coating that's come off on there. Not really a big deal. Again, this cutout's gonna be fully concealed. So let me start putting this together and show you what it ends up looking like. All right, now we'll put the trim piece on. I put some adhesive on here and just peeled back the edges so I kind of have a start with each of them. And then that way, when it's flush and on the back of the bumper, we can peel those pieces off. But we wanna do that last. That's why I've just kind of started them so we can still move it around a little bit to make minor adjustments. Now I'll show you how to put the brackets onto the wing. You're gonna start with this. You're gonna put a bolt and a washer in each of these. Make sure they poke through, just like that. And then you're gonna line it up with those two holes right there. I'll try and do this one-handed. A little easier if we do it upside down. There, just like that. And then we line it up on our wing with those screw holes there. Grab our screwdriver, screw it down, but don't over tighten. And this cradles in there nicely, so you shouldn't have to worry about alignment. Just hand tight's good. And then you can see we have a gap kind of like that on the side, and then same on this side here. So now we're ready to take that and mount it to those brackets. Now the hardest part, you got to feed these into the holes there, and it does take some adjustment, a little bit of frustration, but because I already test fit it, I know it'll work, so I just got to get it back to that point. Now I found it a little easier in my test fitting to take these bolts here and just put a little bit of silicone lubricant just on the initial threads here, because you'll find it a little easier to get it into the holes on each of the mounts if this is a little smoother going in. Look at that, nice and sturdy, all bolted down. Hopefully you can tell that that is nice and secure. Notice we don't have a bunch of gaps here. Looks good. No gaps, nothing sticking up on each end. Now this part is floating a little bit. So now we just have to line it up, decide where it looks best, and then I can take the adhesive and stick it down by pulling away the backing, which is why I tucked these up. So I was thinking ahead. Well, that's all done, but something is missing. That's right, we have these end caps here that we need to put on. These I'm eventually going to stick on permanently with a bonding adhesive, but today we're just going to use some temporary adhesive so I can show you what this looks like, because I am going to disassemble this after this video is done being made, and I'm going to paint protection film all of the components because I want to protect it and keep it in as perfect condition as possible. So I just put some double-sided adhesive on the inside of each of these. You can kind of see it look a little sticky in there. These are easy to put on. They're properly formed. So just like that. Give it a squeeze. And you can see it hasn't even had time to bond yet, and it's holding on there pretty good. I'm not going to do any high-speed driving between now and when I take it apart to paint protection film these. But like I said, I'll make it more permanent, and I'll use some kind of bonding glue for sticking composite pieces together or plastics, and then they'll never come off. There, so we'll just let those sit for a bit, and then we'll take this outside and have a closer look. Well, that's it, that's all. We now have a Z06 conversion spoiler on the Corvette Stingray. Remember, I had the ducktail on there. This nice ducktail was on there because I wanted the car to look different. I think this definitely qualifies as different. I'm very happy. Although it was frustrating and a little nerve-wracking cutting through the bumper, we got it done, and that's all that matters. And this thing is wide. There's the fender, and there's the end. Come back a little further. Kind of hard to tell in the garage here, but probably from some of the other footage you were able to tell just how high that is or how far that sticks out. I think it looks pretty good. But you need to be comfortable with trimming a little here, cutting a little there, and doing endless fitment tests to make sure that you measure 100 times and only cut once. Now, if there is somebody out there that wants to do a DIY project, hopefully this video helps you. Definitely check out Extreme Online Store for a ton of different accessories, not only carbon fiber for many popular vehicles. And on that note, if you like today's video, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. We'll talk to you next time.